And as the scripture says, all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. Let's go.
You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it. You should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it. You should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Who keep the people informed? Stories abroad from literary work. Where the narrative's wrong, the research is always on point. The commentary is hard. It's Rich Teller raising the bar. Follow along, shout out to FBA, still FTP. Big up NFAC and all my black families. There's three sides to all stories. Which one you gon' believe? We run down on the false prophets when they come to deceive. 100% urban world news, current events. We don't like them lies. Media is biased. We got God inside us. Ladies and gents is power. If you don't know by now, look around me. The darkest hours. Cops squeezing hammers cause they don't understand us. We stop and freeze with our hands and kill us off like cancer. Don't speculate before the facts on the case. Telehouse set them straight. My smoking rich investigates. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it. You should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it. You should tune in to Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long. And they're fed up. They've become disenchanted. They've become disillusioned. They've become dissatisfied. And all of this has built up frustrations in the black community that makes the black community throughout America today more explosive than all of the atomic bombs the Russians can ever invent.
All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Welcome to another episode of Telehouse Publishing. I definitely thank all of y'all for joining us tonight. Definitely appreciative of everybody who tunes into the channel, watches, calls, sends information, etc., etc. Definitely greatly appreciate it. I see y'all already in the chat. What's up, everybody? If you don't know, or if you haven't heard, yesterday in the city of Raleigh, North Carolina, Wake Forest, it has been another black male found hanging in a tree. This time, a industrial electrical cord wrapped around his neck. Broad daylight. In a parking lot right across the street from the Wake County Public Courthouse, or the Wake, where they have the inmates at, and I think the courthouse is on the next block, downtown Raleigh, 201 Martin Street. And we were out there today. I'm going to show you guys some footage of the scene, as well as some information that lets me to believe that there is no way that this could happen without police being involved. And that's just my opinion. Now, it came out that the young man was 17. If you haven't seen the picture, I won't show it on here because YouTube is going to, hinder the video. But, I may show it in a later video, but, he was up in a tree. Like, he was up high enough for his height. Like his legs were, matter of fact, let me see if I can pull up the picture of the scene real quick. But yeah, so this is another, matter of fact, I do have the picture. Just let me show it to you real quick. This is, and shout out to the people of Raleigh who came out. This is the picture of okay, no, that's a wrong picture. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Excuse me. I'm sorry. That is it. So this is the tree. Did you see where that that white pole is bent down? He was up on that middle, or excuse me, that 1-2 our left. You see, he was up, and the cord was wrapped around that V-shaped one in the left corner, in the top left corner. A yellow rope tied around his neck. He still had his chain on. He had a watch on, and there is no way that nobody saw him. And the reason I am saying that there is no way that nobody saw him, let me show you all of these cameras. I'm going to show you all of these cameras real quick. And okay, so this is right here. Did you see that camera right there in the middle of your screen? Now that is facing right towards that tree. And you see those little windows, those little slits in the windows? Those are jail cells. Those are jail cells. And when I first came out, you could see people in the window waving around like yellow slips to get our attention. And what that makes me, I believe, is that those inmates saw what happened. They're crying out, but of course, you know, they're silenced because they are in the jail cell. So that is the Wake County, basically courthouse jail center that is right across the street from this. And if you see on the top of the building, that is the same building, but you see on the top of both sides, or on the very top of the highest building, you see two cameras again, facing right towards where this thing happened. And this one as well, now this is on the side that it happened. I'm probably going to play the video so you can see, but this is on the side that has happened. That is another camera pointing right to the tree. Okay, let's go back here. I think okay, well that's a drone. We'll get to that in a minute. Oh my, okay. Excuse me with all of these things popping up. People are still reaching out. All right, and so you see on the top of that is the hotel. Now you see that tree. The tree is right by that Jeep. That is the hotel that it was done right behind it. And there's a camera right there to the right of that building as well. And this is another camera. You see those two cameras on that light pole that is facing the back of the tree, facing directly to where that young man, was found. And once again, this is the location. And if you look up that light pole, there's supposed to be a camera right there. It looks like somebody snipped the camera. And there is two more cameras on the top of that building, which is once again facing the back of that location. So the reason that I'm showing those cameras, because if y'all remember the case of Javion McGee, and that happened in 2024, not too far from Raleigh in Vance County, Henderson. A day or two after, the community, of course, we got outraged. I went down there, got some footage, talked to people. I pretty much had eyewitnesses that said, the guy was beat up. Rest in peace to Javion. Prayers and condolences once again to his family. And the law enforcement, we found out that they were, very close to the situation, if not directly involved in his death or the cover up of his death. But if y'all remember, about a day or two afterwards, they released the timeline of everywhere that Javion McGee went. And it culminated in him walking out of Walmart with the rope. And that is what they used to bolster the narrative that, this young 21-year-old truck driver who just started out his truck driver career would go into a town and just do something like that to himself. But They had all the cameras. And they released this timeline. Now, of course, this hasn't been recognized by any news outlet as of yet. As of today, when I was setting up this live, I got a notification that the Raleigh News and Observer just put out a article about this situation. Now, mind you, it happened yesterday, and they put it out about 5 o'clock today. And the reason why is because shout out to my brothers and sisters who came out to. I just went. I didn't expect nobody else to be there. When I got there, was about 10 people there. A few of the people I already knew from working in the community. Shout out to Dr. Mukhtari and Brother Rick Barnes. Brother, a couple of brothers don't want to be mentioned because they kind of behind the scenes. But we got out there and we was basically investigating the scene. I actually talked to the white guy who worked at the restaurant, who came outside and found him there after one of his other employees ran back in the restaurant and was like, hey, come look at this. And so he is the one who made the 911 call. And he said he called at exactly 2:36. But they put in the report that the call wasn't made until 3:07. And you're going to actually hear a part of the interview that I had with him. And he pretty much said when they came out, he was like, yeah, you are. They didn't even ask no questions. They didn't do any investigating on the scene. They didn't do anything. Matter of fact, my dear sister, Dr. Mukhtari, because they was out there earlier, she said when she was out there, there was a cigarette laying right there by the tree. And she looked at the officers, because there was like 3 or 4 officers out there today. And she said she looked at the officer and they said, well, she was like, look at this. Y'all ain't picked this up. And so guess what the police did now? This is how much they investigated the situation. They gave this bystander. Now, once again, the cigarette shouldn't even have been there if they had did a proper and thorough investigation of the scene yesterday. Thank you, Sharon Ray, for that. I really appreciate that. So they told this innocent bystander to the officer went to his car, pulled out a plastic evidence bag. This is how you know. This is one reason why I think the law enforcement is involved, or they just don't care. He handed this lady a plastic evidence bag, and I'll get the picture to show you. And then another officer gave her a glove, a medical glove, and told her to pick up the cigarette and put it in the bag and turn it into the police station. In what world is there a true investigation that allows a bystander coming up the next day to pick up something that may or may not have relevance to this murder? I'm just going to call it a murder. Now, if you don't know what they're saying about it, and I'll share some of that. I haven't even looked at that News and Observer article, because I think that because they saw us out there, because after we left that scene, I'm going to show you some footage from where we went. We went to a local park, and we had a meeting, and members of the community of Raleigh came out. Not as many as should be, first of all, but you're going to see. And the police were out there. There were like 4 police cars, because I think the brother put it on social media. There were like 4 police cars, 2 undercovers, and these jokers had a drone out there. These jokers had a drone. Let me show. They were really. And so why would the police be out there monitoring us if it was what they say it was. They were keeping a direct eye on us. Let me show you. Let me show you. Now, this is where we met later on at the park before we had a strategic meeting on how we are going to handle these things. Now, this is a little short video I took of it because once again we didn't want what we were doing to be broadcasted. Okay, hopefully this is it. Okay, no, that's not it. Hold on, give me 1 second. Come on, lady. Okay, you know what? We gonna play. I'm gonna play this one. Hold on, let me make sure y'all can see it. All right, I want y'all to see this. Okay. All right, so I want y'all to see this right here. This is why, once again, I think that the police are definitely. Now, look at us. We are meeting. Everybody's sending a message. Now, you see the 2 police cars down there. Those are the 2 police officers I talked to, and you're going to hear that conversation probably in a later video. And there you see another police officer riding by. Now, these are just concerned members of the community wondering why a black man was found in that nature by the police station. Oh, I didn't mean to play that. But so that is what we had to deal with when we are just out there. Hold on, let me see. When we were just out there basically trying to figure out what happened. And I see you in the comments, the fire department. And that is a plausible theory. And let me show you why again. And a lot of people think it may be members of the fire department. I'm going to tell you why. But, you know, fire department, police, all of those people fall in the same category. All right, so let me go back to this picture real quick. Okay, this building right here. Now, you see the tree. This building behind you is a Hilton, Homewood, or Home 2 Suites. Yesterday, in the midst of that Caribbean festival, there was a National Firemen's Convention in that building right there. And they had firemen from all over the United States. And maybe it was one of those firemen who said, okay, we are going to, this is a free one. We can get now. If you don't want, once again, if you don't know what they're saying about the young man, they said the young man was homeless, and we actually took the pictures down to one of the homeless encampments in Raleigh, showed the picture around. Nobody seemed to know him, but they said he was homeless. And during the Caribbean festival, somebody said that they saw him walking around talking to himself. Now, it's the same Nolan Wells theory, right? Okay, somebody saw him walking around talking to himself. And then later somebody said, well, yeah, somebody saw him.
Smithfield Road, then turn right onto Old Smithfield Road.
I don't know what this, but somebody saw him begging for water. Now, these are 2 mysterious people who they don't even know the young man's name. The police don't. But now somebody said, okay, well, we saw him. Like, how could you see him if nobody knows Like, this is what they put in the article. Somebody saw him walking and talking to himself. How did that somebody who saw him know that he was going to be hung later? That's what somebody said, an easy target as well. And the reason, once again, I can say it's a possibility that police did it, because y'all might not know it. I'm gonna do this story too. There was a black man who had his funeral yesterday, the same day as the festival. They had his funeral yesterday. He died last week, but this man survived a lynching by 2 Wake County deputies in the 50s or the 60s. He survived a lynching by 2 Wake County deputies 70 years ago and just died last week. They had his funeral yesterday, the same day that this young black man is found. And I would guess, because he just died yesterday, that the man who escaped the lynching could not have been no more than 17 at the time. And so you see how the ritualistic nature of these things cannot be ignored. And mind you, it was during a festival. A festival. Now, you saw the young, what was the girl, Tonea Miller, down there in Miami, got hung during the festival of Juneteenth. Our brother Nolan Wells lost his life during the festival of July 4th. The brother up there in Michigan, I can't remember his name. Y'all might remember the name a couple of days before, after Nolan Wells. He lost his life at a music festival. And so why are these things happening in these concentrated festivals? Because you remember, the lynchings were basically festivals. They were basically public events, public celebrations. You know, they used to, when they had somebody to lynch, they used to hold off the lynching and wait for people from neighboring towns to come in on trains. You know, they would wait for people to get out of church. They would pack their children up in church and all of those things, and they would come and have a public lynching. And I do not discount this to be as such, because, once again, it's right across the street from the courthouse, right behind a hotel where hundreds, if not thousands, of firemen were there. And who were the lynchers back in the days? I just told you it was the police, because a man escaped the lynching and police. Who were the lynchers? The police, the firemen, the lawyer, the doctor, the regular mainstays of society. So, and they don't even know, whoever is doing these things, how much they are affecting their own people. Because the white brother, I talked to him, about finding him, and I'm not going to share his name. He actually posted on Facebook a post, but he said, man, yeah, I saw a black man hanging, and he even admitted to me, nah, there's no way that he did that to himself. And I asked the police, y'all gonna hear them, and they tap danced around it. They got so angry that one of them wanted to get angry with me, but I calmly, deflected that. But he was messed up. He was messed up, and another young brother who was out there at the meeting with us, he's the one who basically saw it as well. He's messed up. The brothers who worked at the restaurant, they're messed up. The white girls who worked at the restaurant, because once they saw it, of course, everybody came out of the back of the restaurant and started gazing at it. Why? Because it was a festival. It was, and the restaurant is like what, the Whiskey Kitchen or something like that. But the white girl couldn't even walk to the back of her car because, of the the I guess the sight of a young black man with his shirt off hanging from a tree. Just let me show you some of the footage real quick that I got from when I went out there, if it allows me to. Okay, here it is right here. Let's see some of this live footage. At about this time right here, it's 2:38 now. They said people found him around 2:30 yesterday, and this is. Let me show you the surrounding scenes. Well, first of all, this is the tree. Now, I did release a video yesterday, but let me share this real quick. Some other platform. 17-year-old was found. Now, he hasn't been identified yet by anybody, but this is downtown Raleigh. So you see the scenery, the buildings right here. That's actually right here, the jail. That is the jail right here. And actually, a while ago, we saw somebody in the windows like waving a little yellow tab, actually. And they're saying, okay, we took it to believe that they're saying, hey, we saw something. So that is the jail right here. And this right here, this hotel right here is actually a place where they had a firemen's convention yesterday. And he was found right here. So this is the hotel. This is the jail. Now there right there, you see, there's a camera right there. It's a camera right here. So he was found, and we're going to turn it around. Hold on. The camera right here. He was found. You turn around right there on that tree. So that's a straight line to that camera right there. Right? And so they're automatically ruling it. We already know what their rule is. So they already ruled it a self-unalivement, and which means that, real quick, which means that the medical examiner has took over the investigation. So that means there's going to be no police. All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. I'll show you a couple of more scenes from, because we're going to talk about how the thing was tied around the tree. But I wanted to stop it because that's what they have done. They have said, okay, well, they have already ruled it what they ruled it. And they said, well, the medical examiner has taken control of the investigation. Now, how is the medical examiner going to examine the cameras? They're going to examine the soil. They're going to the medical examiner doesn't examine fingerprints on the rope, footprints by the soil, the cigarette butts. Medical examiners don't examine any of that. Only thing medical examiners examine is the body. And once they say, well, yeah, he died by asphyxiation consistent with that right there. But that does not explain who did it, how we got there. So that is their way to basically shut down the investigation even before it starts. Now, because they said they closed the investigation. For what I'm hearing from the people in Raleigh is they closed it within 7 hours. So they closed it last night. However, this is an article that was just put up today, and I'm gonna let you. I haven't read it, so I'm gonna let you read it with me. And of course, I gotta hide the wording that they say. Oh wow, okay. Oh, when Raleigh News and Observer got you on the subscribe list, you gotta subscribe, and they won't get $1 from me because Raleigh News and Observer was also started by a racist group of people back then as well. They used to show the racist cartoons, the baboon, watermelon eating cartoons. That's who they are. That's who Wake County is. And so, but the fact that they are handing this over to the medical examiner, just like they did our brother Javion McGee, and that's who makes the determination. We already know how he died. We can see how he died. And, unfortunately, this young man has not been identified by family. And someone asked a great question. They called me earlier, like, well, how do we even know he was 17? How do we know that? And I think somebody said one of the police officers leaked that information, said it by a mistake. But this is a situation. And once again, I know everybody and their mama is focusing on the Nolan Wells case, as we should, right? But there are so many other things that are going on that are being swept under the rug in the wake of the Nolan Wells case. We all have figured out that they are lying. I get 50 new theories every day about what happened, which lets me know that everybody doesn't believe that he died like they say he died. But once again, we can't, be so distracted and so focused rather on that as we should, that we don't see all of these other meticulous hangings going on around and nobody saying nothing because we're so focused on that. Once again, I'm focused on Nolan Wells too, right? But I definitely can't let this go unattended to, especially now since it's like 30 minutes up the road from me. So, we're going to be basically trying to get some information from these guys, but from the article that they're saying, okay, well, they're investigating it as a self-unalivement. Now, back when we was working with Javion McGee, I talked to several detectives. They was like, no, that is not how you start an investigation. You start from the highest up. You start investigating it as a murder, and then you bring it down if you can't find anything else. But if you're only investigating it as a self-unalivement, then you're not going to put the time and the effort to see, well, wait a minute, this doesn't seem right. And just like those two officers I talked to, I was like, yo, y'all expect me to believe, do y'all think we as black people believe that black men are just going around doing that? And this conversation, man, it was only 5 minutes, man, but they knew that they wasn't, they had no answers. And when they have no answers, we're all right, I'm trying to be polite, but it was so hilarious. It was so hilarious. I'm like, what do you mean trying to be polite? I'm talking to you as a man, not as a police. I'm not asking you to give me no information on the investigation. I'm just asking you a human question. Do you think me being who I am would believe that? So they have a lot of times of hiding behind the badges when you even try to have a normal human to human conversation with these guys. But let's take a little bit more a look at more of this footage real quick, because it's definitely telling
This investigation about this, which we know because he was hanging from this tree right here. You see, so people put a memorial down there right now. It is said that he is homeless. He was homeless. So, and that we have, a few activists from the area, Dr. Kim Mukhtarian. We'll talk to her in a few. Another brother right here, Ms. Powell, my brother, Mr. Barnes. Everybody, I didn't call nobody. I just came out here because I just wanted to see what they had, what the story could be. So they said that this young gentleman who was 17-year-old homeless, I have a picture, I'll probably show that on later. He was homeless without a shirt on. And they found him with a industrial grade extension cord around his neck, an industrial grade. And so this happened once again in the broad daylight, right in this parking lot. And so the event, they said, was on the next street over. We'll walk a little bit up here, see. And Raleigh has a big homeless population. All right, okay. Raleigh has a big homeless population, as you see the gym. So right on this street, they're saying he came from next street over. So that, and now mind you, once again, this is the jail. This is the jail that we're looking at right there to your right. So they're saying that he came from the next street over. So the big festival was down the street and to the right. Yeah, there's cameras everywhere. I see you in the comment. So this is a camera right here. I'm about to get hit, but this is the camera right here. This is, and so he evidently walked through this street right here, or we're gonna go up a little bit further. I just want y'all to see. And the worker, they said the worker at this place right here. Now this is the Whiskey Kitchen. A worker from the Whiskey Kitchen right here, so reportedly found them. So this is the Whiskey Kitchen. Has an excellent home. You see it's kind of frequented by, you know, an all-white constituency. But yeah, this is 17-year-old. And so once again, the big festival, now that's Martin Street. That's one of the main places in the city. So this Martin Street right here. How you doing, Miss Taylor? All right, so everybody's back there. So I just wanted to get this look right here. So this is the place where the worker came out at. And so this is the place behind us. So we're also going to just talk to some people from the Raleigh area and get some, but this is the building. So I'm gonna just let you show he either came from this way or the other way. Now, mind you, yesterday, and I'm gonna do a story on that later. Yesterday was the anniversary. Excuse me, a young brother who escaped the lynching from Wake County deputies back in the 60s. He just died yesterday. And now it's sort of like a message almost. Okay, well, he escaped, but this one didn't. So that's the tree. And you see everybody, you know, talking, just trying to figure out where there's a perfect camera right here, another camera.
I'm saying there's nothing but cameras down here.
Nothing but cameras down here.
Nothing but.
I think that may be one in the corner right there.
On every corner, there's a camera.
Yeah, and see, these power lines normally have cameras too. So they're going to say they just automatically ruled self-unalivement on this treaty. So they said he was walking around some other. What's up, my man? How you doing? All right. Was you working yesterday? Yeah. Did you hear about the man being hung right there? You didn't hear about it?
No. What happened?
It was a young black man yesterday found hanging from that tree right there. Yeah, nobody's in the restaurant talking about it? No. You work at that restaurant, the Whiskey?
Yeah, I work here.
Hey, Whiskey Man.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
Dr. Kim, community activist and all this things. You talking to him?
No, you go ahead. You go ahead, Dr. Kim.
Okay, wait a minute. We are.
I'm okay. I'm not for dishes and taking trash out. Yeah.
No, but you.
So,
Your chief chef.
but see, that's the jail right there. That's the jail. And we saw some brothers in like the 6th window. They saw us out here. They was waving like a little yellow piece of paper. Yeah, he said he don't know what's going on. And that should be something that everybody's talking about in the restaurant.
So, you know, you're going to lose it one way or the other.
So we got people out here today. People, I mean, like, no, I didn't plan this. I just came out here to see how in the world can this happen. And so they don't mention, like, yesterday when I saw the picture, and I'm gonna show the pictures on my other video, but you don't see no yellow tape. You just see a fireman, which once again, they was having a fireman's convention in this big hotel right here, whatever this hotel is. So you know that hotel has cameras, especially around the back. So they didn't have no yellow tape, no nothing. They didn't rope it off.
Evidence
You just saw so where are they saying he was hanging from? Like which branch? Which branch are you saying?
You see that split right there?
Okay,
And then
so
it's up there. It's right up there.
the rope was
Right up there.
okay.
See it? And his feet was about right here.
Okay.
And that rope was wrapped, that cord was wrapped around there.
Wrapped around where? Up top? Okay. It was wrapped around there a lot. I seen that. So you think he was already dead?
They brought him here and made us take him. Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, this is downtown Raleigh, North Carolina. Let's see what's going on. So once again, this is.
So I'm gonna stop sharing there, but I actually went into the hotel, and the thing about it is, some of us were in there working in the hotel. Like nothing ever. I guess that's how it was in the '60s. I guess, huh? We just did. Something happened like that. We just keep. Benching. What's the name? Rochester still ironing the clothes. He'll hear a gunshot, a black man get killed. He keep ironing the clothes. Man, I don't want to get killed. I guess that's how it is. You know what I mean? I don't. Matter of fact, let me. I'm gonna show y'all this interaction that I had with a young black lady at the hotel, and I give people grace. I understand people got to make their living. People got to take care of their families. But me, there's no way I could just sit there and work knowing what had just happened. I'm gonna show y'all a little bit of this, and I had to keep my composure with her because once again, it's not her fault. She's my sister. But let's go when I walk into this hotel here. No, okay. First, I went into the restaurant. Let's see what the people in the restaurant had to say.
What he's talking about. It's supposed to be flock cameras here, flock cameras there. Let's walk into this hotel right here. This is
this is the hotel.
The Morris on. Now, mind you, this is the middle of the day. Let's go in this hotel, see what y'all got. So this is How you doing? This a Hilton hotel? What is the home two suite? Home one in Tempo. Did y'all got cameras in the back to see the young man?
I'm unsure.
You unsure? Well, who would know? He's not around. Is he here? He's here, but he's not around. What's his name? My name is Richard Taylor. I'm from Taylor House Publishing Media. So, we're just trying to get some coverage on, did you know about the young black man who was found back there hung? So does that concern you? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it could have been you at work back then. What does work have to do with it? That's crazy. A young black man was hung. She said she's at work. Okay. That's crazy. This is why it continues right here. What's up? What's up with you, man? How you doing? You at work? Oh, yeah. What do you think about the young black man that was hung out there, man?
It's tragic, man. It's tragic.
What do you think happened? Like that's how we do ourselves like that?
I don't believe that.
Okay, so y'all ain't trying to investigate and find out what's happening, or y'all just okay with it?
Not okay with it.
Yeah.
But we rather question justice than
Exactly. Exactly. So, my man, I love it. I love it. Appreciate you. Peace and blessings. Oh, you know me then, huh? Yeah. But
All right, so I don't know if y'all heard the first interaction with the young lady. You know, I come in there, hey, you know, where's the manager at? You know, what's his name? And then she goes into the, you know, the gatekeeping act. Well, who are you? Who are you with? Listen, lady, you know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all don't know about the man that got hung. That doesn't concern you. Yeah. Hey, look, she's talking what? Absolutely, absolutely. But I'm at work. Like, and that right there just threw me. Like, I had no more. What do you mean you at work? Somebody got hung back there, and you talking about you at work. So, and I was like, okay, you at work? It could have been you back there. Like, that's why this type of deal that continues, because most black people don't care unless it hits home, you know. But yeah, she won't care. Yeah, like I was like, is he here? Yeah, he's here. Who are you? I said he's not. You know, so she see me inquiring. Now she want to inquire like it's her hotel. Like he's her boyfriend or something. Just give me his card or something. Don't be trying to gatekeep. A man was hung 30 feet from where you're standing at, like right out that back door, and absolutely is concerning. But I'm at work, so like, okay. And then so my brother came out, you know, and shout out to my brother. Evidently he watched because he was like peace and blessing. So shout out to the brother. He was like, man, nah, it's absolutely. But you know, listen, it's a justice center right there. So it's not a cover up, you know. And so I applaud that brother. But even when I asked him, if y'all saw when I asked him, I said, what you think about it? He walked away a little bit, you know, don't get me involved in that. And I'm at work, which, you know what I'm saying? I kind of understand, but we gotta, we ain't nobody coming to work until we find out what happened to that black man out there. You know, and I know everybody don't have the, you know, Muhammad Ali type, you know, take my championship and my career ain't no Viet Cong, never called me no N-word. I know a lot of us don't have that attitude, but come on, man. You know what I'm saying? If we don't stand for nothing, we gonna fall for everything. You know what I'm saying? Or we gonna fall for nothing. We gonna fall for this green piece of paper with an old deceased racist man on it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like that. Some of the perpetrators could have possibly stayed at your hotel. You could have possibly gave them a room key. You know, everything should be investigated. They got, like I said, when Javion McGee situation happened, they basically they had all the cameras and all. They had this whole timeline. Everything that happened to him when he went in that town, they knew. Now, you mean to tell me a little country bumpkin run sheriff brain town like Henderson can have all of that information, but the downtown Raleigh area don't have no information? Be just as transparent. Show us something. Show. They said he was walking in the festival without a shirt, asking for water. Nobody at no time saw him with an extension cord. Where did he get this extension cord from? You know what I mean? So it's sad. Now, the last thing I did, and I'm gonna show you, then I'll open the lines up, man, to see what y'all got to say about this. I went into the restaurant. And you know, I had to grill the manager for a couple of seconds. Let me show you how this interaction went. Then I'll open up the phone lines real quick. Where this thing at? Okay, let's see did I go in? Oh yeah, okay. Here's the restaurant.
once again, right across the street from.
So I went to the Wake County thing, but they wasn't open. Okay, so here's the restaurant, I think.
We investigating a hanging.
Okay. Let me let
Man,
y'all
you
hear what the
can't be
restaurant
serious.
man.
Like this can't. Hey, how y'all doing? You can't be serious. Cause there's you can't be serious, man. And like there's no way I could be, man, we going in the restaurant, man. We going in the restaurant. That's what we about to do. Cause yeah, man, we going in the restaurant, man. It's time out for being nice and polite, and following protocol and rules and stuff. So you see the constituency here. How you doing? All right. There's my man back there laughing and giggling too. Don't nobody want to talk, huh? Everybody running. What's up, my man? How you doing? We investigating that hanging that happened out there. Y'all got cameras back there?
No, not that far back. No,
Not that far back.
Yeah, they just go into the right.
Were you here yesterday?
I wasn't. I'm
You
aware
wasn't?
of everything that happened. Yeah, it's just awful.
What do you think happened? I mean, do you think black people do that to themselves with trees? Honestly,
No, I wouldn't
considering
think
this.
so.
Okay, so so how is? I mean, there's no investigation. They didn't take yellow tape or nothing. They didn't do
They
nothing.
did do yellow tape yesterday.
They did. How you know you weren't here? Or was
Yeah, I couldn't get back here. I heard it happened. I came because I'm the manager, and I just wanted to see if everybody was okay, like staff-wise, what was going on, and they had yellow tape on the alleyway.
Did they try to talk to y'all or anybody? Ask any questions?
They did, yeah. Whoever the manager that was here had to answer questions.
What did they ask him? Do you know?
No, I mean we don't know the person. It didn't have anything to do with us. So.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, I mean, a man being hung has got something to do with everybody. When you think like the whole society.
Yeah,
I'm with you. It definitely doesn't just have something to do with him. You know what I'm saying? I don't even live in Raleigh, but I came to figure out, okay, what's going on in Raleigh, where we have, a guy with a shirt off, claiming to be homeless, hung by electrical cord.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, but what is that building right there? That says the justice system. That's the courthouse.
Yeah, the penitentiary and courthouse.
Penitentiary and the courthouse. So they got cameras. So did they close the investigation already?
I have no idea.
You know?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jeff.
Thank you for talking to me, Jeff.
No
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Ah, man. Ah, man. So, nobody knows nothing, but I guess we don't know nothing because you see the kind of constituency that frequents this establishment. I had to ask, hey, I ask this lady. Excuse me, ma'am, how you doing? Does any black people ever come in this restaurant?
Yeah.
Y'all have a lot of black customers? Oh, okay. Was you here yesterday when a young man got found hanged?
I was not here.
You wasn't here?
I heard about it.
Nobody was here then. The restaurant was closed. Everybody asked. They weren't here.
It was it was like during kind of like a middle point of our day. So I had literally just left.
It was an employee who found him, right? Yes. Wasn't an employee who found him?
Yes.
And like, what did they say? Like they just found him, like nobody else saw him, like
nobody saw him. We didn't get any other information besides we just found him and it looked like to be
a homeless person in the community. Because one of the employees said that they saw him, right? Right, they saw him walking.
I don't know. I just heard like what our manager told us today.
Okay. He didn't tell y'all to be careful or nothing. Regular day at the office.
Kind of like a if any of us need help, let us know. If anybody in the community needs help, let us know.
What you mean? Oh, just dealing with it, huh? Just emotional. Okay, well, I'm gonna let you get back to work. I know y'all busy. Appreciate you. What? Does it look like too many black people come in here? I don't see. They wouldn't say anything.
All right, so let me. So do y'all see the laissez-faire attitude that everybody has? Like, everybody I walked in, You know, the first person I see and shout out to the brother, I ain't knocking you, but you know, he back there on the cook joint, just, you know, doing his little thing, laughing and joking. I'm like, bro, you know what I'm saying? But once again, I guess our problem ain't everybody's problem. Right. So what do y'all think about this situation, man? We like I said, we got some things in play with the brothers and sisters we met up with. You know, we're trying to keep you know, organized, some strategic. I don't know what the Raleigh News and Observer has up there now, but they did just release a quote unquote article about you know, this situation. So the phone lines are open, man. Y'all see the number 919-587-7782. I see y'all going back and forth with some of the people in the comments, man. Man, I appreciate you. I appreciate that. LOL's gang 8838 and the other individual that sent it, you know, I'll be kind of talking. So but yeah, so I cannot think that if a white person was found like that, well, I don't know, man, because you know, these days I don't think they would be so quick to rule it out. But if a white person does that, I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because hey, you know, it could be the reverse ancestors doing their thing on, you know, but there's a system once again that allows these things to continue. The police officers, they were hounding us. These guys were actually hounding us. Like they had police officers, you know, all up and down the road. Let me show y'all something. Look, so we standing there talking, and my man looks up, and this is what he sees. Now I didn't see it, but this is what he sees right here. Y'all check that out in the middle of the screen. We see a drone right there. Let me see if I can make the screen bigger. Oh, I'm making it smaller. But I don't know if y'all look real closely in the middle of the screen, you'll see a drone out there. We out there just meeting, you know, trying to strategize to see if we can, you know, organize and find out what happened to our brother. Now, once again, everybody wants to say the political correct thing. Well, I'm not saying he didn't do it. You know, mental health is real. You know, we had a couple of those guys out there. You never know what somebody's going through, but show us then. Show us. That's it. Just show us. Y'all got so many cameras out there. Show us. That's all we want to see, man. Just show me the evidence, man. They had drone, they had police officers riding back and forth. There were two unmarked white Jeeps, like, and it was almost like an intimidation factor. That's why I ran up on them. I ain't gonna play that. I'm gonna upload that conversation later. That's why I ran up on them though. And we had to have the conversation like, man, don't act like you guys can't be involved because there was just a man who died where Wake County cops tried to lynch him. Peace and blessings. You live on the air.
What's going on, Brother Richard? How you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. What the hell you got going? What's going on down there in Raleigh, man? I see you.
Hey, man, the same thing that's going down there by Biloxi, the same thing that's going on in Jackson, the same thing that's going on in Miami, same thing that's going on in Michigan, and any other place in the United States where black people are not coming together and demanding, you know, that this stop.
This is getting out of hand and out of control. You know firefighters have ropes and ladders, right?
Definitely.
And how crazy it is right across the street from a courthouse and a prison. And you remember in D.C., behind the police station, the Asian young dude.
Yep, I remember that. That was this year too.
And got these in drones. Yeah, I see drones over here all the time where I live at, watching everything.
Yeah, no, those were drones after we left the tree site and went to the park to bring the community out. They followed us or whatever from there. They had been watching us there or something. And then by the time we got there was like 2 police on this corner, 2 police on that corner, 2 police on that corner. And then next thing you know, we got unmarked cars, and then we got drones flying over. So if it's not, if it happened as you say it happened, then why are you, you know what I'm saying, following us? Why are you? And the drone set up, so I'm pretty sure they were listening. You know what I mean?
It could be them undercover cops doing all this activity.
No, oh yeah, could be, definitely.
Because how do you say no foul play? You just look at the person's body and then made a decision in your mind that it's foul, he did it himself.
That's the issue. That's the issue right there. That's what we. I mean, that's what I want to talk to the police chief, and who's supposed to be a brother, Rico Boyce. They said his name was. So we're going to definitely see, huh?
I ain't gonna stay on. I know you got another
Oh
call.
yeah, I got another caller coming in, my brother.
Black people need to protect themselves.
All day, man. Peace and blessings.
All right.
Peace and blessings. You live on the air.
Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Check it in.
Yes.
I think that, we ought to start, having some of our people wear GPS in their clothing. I think that when we have suspicious stops by the police, we need to start, just calling a loved one and putting the phone down where the police, don't know that we're recording or have a phone call going on. I think we might need to start FaceTiming when we come into certain people who's suspicious and suspect, and not letting them know what's going on, because we're taking too many losses right now, brother. So I just wanted to drop that. I know you're going to have other callers and everything. I just wanted to put my 2 cents in. That's all.
I thank you so much, brother, and that is definitely a great strategy and a great point that we need to do.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Peace and blessings.
All right. And the lady sent me and I got to find it. If you listening, please, I guess resend it back to me. But she said that's exactly what she said. She sent a whole almost blueprint of what to do when you encounter police, because it is no doubt in my mind that this is being done by law enforcement. Peace and blessings. You live.
Peace and blessings. I'm General Jamila. I'm from the Revolutionary Black Panther Party, and I just got a couple things to say. We can't be everywhere all at the same time, but these people are not feeling what we're going through, because I want to make sure I say my words correctly, because I don't need them trying to come to my house. If it was an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, I guarantee you this will stop. But as long as they are able to continue to kill us and get away with it, because these laws that they have created was for us. And I know you know that, because I've been watching your channel for years. And Black Power.
Black Power. Peace and blessings, my sister.
Peace and blessings.
All right. Peace and blessings. You live on the air.
Peace and blessings. Listen, I want to give my input on what I think is going on. I believe that these police officers is pulling these folks over, telling them to put them in handcuffs, telling them, I'm just going to keep you. You're not arrested. I just want to keep you like this. You know how would you tell them? I want to keep you handcuffed for my safety and your safety until we finish doing this investigation. And then after that, everything pans out, we'll let you go. I cannot get this off my heart. And I believe it's the Most High. I believe that's how they handle a bunch of these folks. That's the reason these folks can't fight back. Because they can't fight back if they're handcuffed. And then that gives the police leeway to hate them.
Exactly.
Like you put something over, cover their mouth, they can cover their mouth with their hand or stuff a sock or whatever, however they want to do it. But if you handcuff me, especially with your hands behind your back, the only thing you got is your legs. And it don't take one. They can put one man, 2 men to hold one leg for each. Next thing you know, that's not the truth. Ain't nothing you can do about it. I believe this side a lot of us getting away with it. They pulling these folks over for a busted tail light or whatever. They see somebody back, they'll make up a reason. They always making up reason. They looking for a suspect. They looking for no damn body. Listen, they handcuffing these folks, and that's how they hang it. That's the reason a lot of these folks can't fight back. Because I'm not gonna believe. I don't want to believe my heart that there's a young man hung in Mississippi, and they on that college. And you cannot tell me that young man, he's young, strong. You won't tell me he couldn't fight back, couldn't fight off, couldn't run, couldn't do something else is happening here.
Mm-hmm.
And I clear, like I said, I believe that they handcuff. And just, keep them, not tell them like they always tell them. You ain't under arrest or nothing. I just got to keep you like this for my safety and your safety. And next thing you know, they hung from the tree. Just, one thing leads to another. Whether they put a bag over their head and taking them off, covering their mouths, and then ain't nothing they can do.
That's exactly what I...
They totally incapacitated. Ain't nothing they can do. Because their hands is bound behind them. They're totally defenseless. Totally. Look, I'm going to say this. And I'm an older woman. Y'all, some of these black folks, you better quit being scared. You better quit being scared to put one... Look, you got to defend yourself. Don't be afraid to defend yourself. That's what it is. And I believe a lot of our people are afraid to fear of jail time, to fear of being arrested, all of that, being killed, all that runs into play. They're going to kill you anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, you do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, brother, I'm going to take you with me. If I'm going, I'm going to take you with me. We're going to walk hell hand in hand, me and you.
Amen.
I'm not going down by myself. I'm not scared to fight. Some of y'all, you better put that fear aside because it's time. Put that fear aside.
Thank you, my sister.
All right.
Appreciate you.
So much.
Yeah.
All right.
And she said some great things. We got to stop being scared. And I see people in the comments said methylated people are afraid and they're disorganized, which in some regards are true. Now, definitely a lot of us are not afraid, but also a lot of us are not organized. So if you have a group, like I said, it was probably about 30 people out there. And like the young brother said, when we was about to close, he was like, man, there's strength in numbers. Imagine if we had 200 people out there, they would have had to confront us. They'd have had to stop us or break us up. Peace and blessings. You live on the air.
Yeah, my name is Regina Wilson. I'm calling from Paris, Tennessee. I've been watching you down there in Raleigh, and everything keeps coming back to me about this "Make America Great Again." Every time I think about it, every time I hear that, I think about somebody hanging from a tree, because they're trying to kill the seed of the black man. First of all, they're trying to kill our seeds, and they're starting with our youth. They don't want us to grow no more than where we are. First of all, they don't want us here in the first place. But it's getting worse every day. And this year, it has been drastically bad with the hangings and the killing, like Nolan and the girl that they found, the pretty girl. She was so beautiful. It's just getting to be too much. So I think everybody needs to, if you're out there in these streets, especially if you're in these rural white neighborhoods and areas, you need to be with two people and you need to be packing. You need to be packing. Because these folks is not playing. They walking up on us like we ain't nothing, like we're not human at all. They don't see us as human. And that's always been before 1619. So we really need to start being vigilant. We got to watch and pray, and we got to get them things on us too. And that's all I got to say. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
You stay safe out there, baby. You stay safe out there. I'm praying for you too.
All right. Amen. Thank you. All right. So yeah, why not ask for the videos to the business managers, owners, or offer them something to get them? Now, that would be a good strategy. So with that's something that I'll look into. You know what I mean? once again, we are fighting, you know, people who don't really care. But that's something that, you know, I'll definitely look into. Now they said they didn't have no footage in the restaurant. Oh, peace and blessings. You live.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
Hi, it's your friend from Fayetteville by way of New Jersey.
Hey, how you doing, Miss Reese?
I'm doing well, and I love what you're doing. Keep it up, but I need you to be careful and travel with a large group when you're going out of town. Also, I wanted to say that when we're out there and we're stopped by the policeman at night, we need to turn the lights on inside the car and put our hands on the steering wheel as if it's a clock and it's 10 minutes after 10.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and I also want to say that we need to start standing up, and like that person said, stop being scared. You know,
yes.
Stop being scared. We really and also an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. When these white people start realizing that when they take out one of our children, their brother, sister, or mother's going, then they're going to think twice. We've been wearing out shoes and marching for too many years. It's time for change. We need to do something different. That's really all that I want to say. And I'm resting because I gotta lose a little more weight and get knee surgery. But I'm going to be right out there with you because I'm worried about you also. And there's strength in numbers, like you said. We all need to get out and rally around you also, because sometimes when they'll go after that leader and figure everybody else is going to collapse after that, and we can't have that either.
I certainly appreciate that. That.
I'm not going to take any more of your time, and thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome.
Good day.
All right, yeah. So a lot of people are of the eye for an eye philosophy, in which once again, you kill my cat, I'm gonna shoot your dog, which has never been felt. Like that's what war is. Like war, people go to war, and as long as you knocking them off, they gonna keep advancing. But as soon as the people start fighting back and knocking them off, okay, well, we must retreat. Let's regroup. Oh, let's form a treaty. Hey, stop it. Okay, y'all show that we can't bully y'all. So now, let's live together in peace. Like Malcolm said, sometimes there can be no peace without bloodshed. Peace and blessings. You live.
Peace and blessings, brother. This is Brother Michael again. I forgot to say something because I know you have a lot of people, but I would like to invite some of the brothers and sisters out there to my Facebook page. It's called The Fold, F.O.L.D. And it stands for Family Operation, Loyal Dedication, Yasha Raleigh Patriots. I'm trying to get the folks together, and everything we do is legal. But, like the brothers and sisters been saying the whole night, is that there's strength in numbers. So, anyone that's listening, you can join me on Facebook. All right?
You said The Fold?
Yes, like you folded something up. It's an acronym that stands for Family Operation, Loyal Dedication, and Yasharala Patriots. And as you know, Yasharala means Israel in Hebrew. Okay, yeah, I see The Fold. Yeah, you got, if you can text it to me, text me like a Facebook post. I'm looking for it. There's a lot of The Folds up there. And so, I sure will.
Text me a Facebook post so I can put it on the screen for people can see where you're at and what you're doing.
Okay, will do.
All right.
I'll do it immediately.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a blessed night, brother.
All right, you too. Yeah, and that's definitely we definitely got to organize. Like I said, whether it's a Facebook group, whether it's a private group, we definitely got to once again come together. Somebody put in the comments, stop having smoke for ourselves, which is definitely true, man. I met a lot of good brothers out there. Those I didn't know, I made it a point to introduce myself and shake hands because we're all, just in this fight together. And like I said, And like the brother said, it should have been way more people in the Raleigh community. Raleigh does have a large black population. You know, I looked on my brother's Facebook page, who, you know, organized the meeting. The Facebook post that he put out there, it had about 4,000 likes. Had, I don't know how many shares, but then only, you know, 30 people showed up. So let me look at it again. Yeah, okay, my brother just sent me that, but yeah, man, it's definitely, you know, something that we have to, you know, come together as a group, man. So, you know, even like I said with the Nolan Wells case, I'm so happy that everybody has pulled together and, you know, finding out, you know, what happened to Nolan. I think that we have already, you know, just unearthed and proved so much. We have already, you know, unearthed and proved so much with that. You know, that is I mean, I think it's inevitable that somebody should be charged, but then again, we're dealing with a system of white inferiority, and I use that term in the place of white supremacy. And the reason I'm going to stop saying white supremacy, because there's nothing supreme about an individual who needs a whole system to basically make their side one-sided. You know, there's nothing. So I come in the mindset of Dr. Frances Cress Welsing when she says, okay, well, no, they're so inferior that they have to create a system to avoid, as she calls it, genetic annihilation. And so I'm a mixed race female living, and I would say many of the individuals in the rural areas who have grown. Let me see what the mixed race individual who have grown depending upon the small business and agriculture, construction jobs. Yeah, that's true. A lot of people will not leave. Peace and blessings. You live.
I'm glad I'm live. I just want to repeat it again. It's only about an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. This is Jenna Jamila from the Revolutionary Black Panther Party. As I said before in your earlier call that you answered for me, the only way for people to feel, I didn't say this part, but I'm saying it now. The only way for people to feel how you feel is if they go through what you're going through. So these people need to stop what they're doing and realize that they can't get away with what they're doing with us. I'm going to try to sum this up because I know you got a lot of other calls. I realized I listened to, I think it was a female and a male on this line that said that they're trying to get rid of our youth. Yes, they are. They go for the 18-year-olds, they go for the 40-year-olds, and they start at the 60 and 70. And if people could just get that in their head and realize it. But once a motherfucker start rolling, like
Hey, watch out. You know, we don't curse on this live, sweetheart.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Once an MFer, I'm sorry. Once an MFer starts rolling, like we rolling, and you can see the same thing we see in that tree, I think you're going to stop. But I'm not threatening nobody. This is not a threat. The only way for people to feel like you feel, they have to go through what you're going through, and Black Power.
Black Power. And this is the brother that was just on the code. This is the Facebook group, the Fold Family Operation Loyal Dedication, Yasharallah Patriots. And so that is a group. If y'all want to join that group, and you know, associate with the brother, you know, there it is, the Fold Family Operation Loyal Dedication, Yasharallah Patriots. And so, peace and blessings. You live on the air.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I was basically watching your feed about what was going on up there in North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
And basically, what's going on right now is, you know, the Most High, and with the Edomites, what's going on with them is they know they done lost power, man. We being targeted. This ain't being no accidents. This ain't no coincidence. This is things that's basically, it's like there's some bad tenants that's been renting a place for years, and they have to get out, and they know that they have to relocate, and they gonna knock holes in the wall. See, that's what they're doing with this country, man.
Okay.
They literally trying to take it down to the bottom with the wars and everything that they started. The power that they had is gone. That's why they done took everything to a cashless society. See, he gave them the rules to the cash and to the. See, we don't realize we in a spiritual war right now, and it's a lot of us that's woke. But it's plenty of us that's still naive and don't know what's going on. But what's going on is the power that they had, that is now ending. We are blessed to grow older, which I believe that the next 2 generations of us, that's why they're taking the racial stuff out of school. And I don't want to hold you up long, is because they don't want us to treat them the way that they've been treated. But they so hateful now that they realize that the power that they once had is gone. And that's all I have to call and tell you. Just keep doing what you're doing, my brother. And we need more men like you to get out here and to not be afraid to go places and to let this evil spirit be exposed.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem.
All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. All praise to the Most High. You live. Yes, sir.
Look, I met you in Saratoga a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago, something like that.
Yes, sir.
Anyway, do you have moderators on your town there? Because this one guy.
Yeah, well, see, that's why you don't. I mean, you don't. If it's just like, you know what I mean, you don't give them that attention. Just let them just. Yeah. If somebody like the great philosopher from Marcy Projects, Jay-Z said, a wise man told me don't argue with fools, because people from a distance who don't know who was who. So I see y'all going back, whatever his name, Liam. I would just let him talk, because if he just keeps talking, then, and the more people talk, the more the video gets out. You know what I'm saying? So we can just let them keep talking if y'all want to keep going back and forth. But I don't.
I'm done. I just had to call. I don't even call any of these guys.
Appreciate you, yeah.
Oh man, this man ain't trying to make money off.
Yeah, I don't, like I said, bro. You can't. Sometimes a lady made a whole hour-long video about me the other day. I didn't listen to it. I didn't respond to it, and everybody who told me about it, I said I don't want to hear it, because you know what I'm saying. Like you don't even give your energy to that.
Yeah, we still got crickets over here in Saratoga, man.
I know. So they ain't they still quote unquote investigating.
They haven't done nothing, man. You know, they ain't releasing nothing. So.
All right, okay. I'm gonna have to call my brother down there. Do you know Lumumba, Patrick?
I don't really know him, but I'm gonna try to.
Okay, I got to get with him too. I got to, cause and that's what I'm saying. See, everybody has been fixated on the Nolan Wells thing. Like, but a week before that, everybody was talking about Baby Cohen. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So it's sort of like they keep hitting us on this and that, and then the next thing that happened tomorrow, and everybody forget about Nolan, and then so I definitely got to get in touch with my brother. But I appreciate you for calling, my brother.
All right, man.
All right. And I hear somebody, mention like a race war. Well, I don't like when people say that. Well, there's going to be a race war. Do we not understand that we have already been in a race war? Everybody is in a race war but us. Everybody's shooting, everybody's building their communities, everybody's protecting themselves but us. So, you know, the race war has been on. Peace and blessings. You live.
I'm from Las Vegas.
All right.
And I love your show. You keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
What I wanted to say is that the killings are distraction. They're doing it because they're very mad that we're going hard on Nolan. And they know that we're getting justice for Nolan. And that's why they're mad. And I think these hangings are to distract us from that. And it's unfortunate these people are losing their lives. But this is how I feel. And then the second thing, why isn't Trump doing anything? Trump is supposed to be the president of the United States. I know he's hearing about these lynchings around the world, and he's not doing anything. He hasn't said anything as a president, and so I feel that he's a part of it too. He's the reason why these emboldened racist people are doing these lynchings. I think he's number one reason. Make America Great Again. That's his little logo, and I think that's was the racist tactic for his people to come out. That's how do I feel. And then third, there was a guy. I don't know if you know this guy, but I think he was in Minnesota, and I don't know if you heard the story. But what happened is, he was standing, he told the story, and I got to get his name, but he was standing on the sidewalk, and these two guys came up to him. They were Caucasian, and they wanted him, they told him that he needed to go somewhere with them. And he said, no, I'm not going anywhere with you guys. So they snatched him up, threw him in a truck. They took him to the park. This was in Minnesota. He had to fight his way. He made it. They were going to take him to the park and lynch him. But he got away, and this was in Minnesota. You need to look up this story for me and bring that one to life. He got away, and people need to do interviews with him because he can tell you what is really going on. They have a lynch mob out there, and they are out there hunting us. And even a Caucasian lady said it. She made a video about it, that they are hunting Black people. And it's not just men; they're hunting women as well. So we got to do something. We have to, like you're saying, we got to strategize, and we got to do something. And that's just that's I'm gonna land my plane. That's all I got to say.
Thank you so much, dear heart. You're right on all 3 points. You're definitely right on all. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a blessed day, and I'm praying for you too.
Same for you. So yeah, there is definitely a strategic onslaught, the strategic effort. I'll hark back to what my brother said a couple of calls ago. Like, look, you know that it's sort of like they know they are losing their power. And you know, it's like a tenant when you're kicking them out. They want to break the walls. They want to tear out the plumbing. They want to break the windows because once again, now they got to get out. And so there's, man, you can't separate peace from freedom because no one, hold on, let me put that on the screen. Brent McCall, you can't separate peace from freedom because no one can be at peace unless he has freedom. And that is so true. So, you know, there's a spiritual battle in which we have to understand and, you know, call upon, you know, our Creator to help us. But he also, you know, gives us, as it is in heaven, so shall it be on earth. Peace and blessings.
Hey, I got a question for the brother.
Yes, sir.
Do these all these hangings they having out here, do they have any defensive wounds on them?
We don't know. But, you know, because once they take the body away, what, you know, it's they say anything, right?
Okay, because I want somebody to look into that, because I don't understand how you can just snatch somebody up and and you can just do that to them and they're not fighting back. They don't have no kind of defensive wounds on their knuckles or on their body or nothing like that. These people are just only going with these people.
Nah, just see, like the sister said, you know, if a police officer stop you and put you in handcuffs, and then next thing you know, they say, okay, well, now I just got to put you in handcuffs, get out the car, stand back here. After they get you in the handcuffs, how are you going to fight back?
Right.
Right? So you know that those are ways that once again, that's why once again I think a lot of these things are involving law enforcement. You know.
Oh, no doubt. Okay.
All right, appreciate you, my brother.
Yep.
All right, I think my screen froze a little bit. Okay, hold on. Peace and blessings. You live.
Hey, yo. This is Marcus Wilson.
All right.
You on live right now?
Yeah, I am, Mr. Wilson.
You on live right now?
Yes, sir.
Hey, check this out, man. I've been hearing the conversation and everything. It's about just united. All of us don't have to unite. 10% of unite. 10% out of 40 million. It's 4 million people. So 4 million people, we just do what we got to do to protect ourselves. We need our own military, our own law force. And to keep it real, and that's what we need to do. We don't need to be trying to hurt nobody, but we need to stop people from hurting us.
Amen. That sums it up right there.
And that's what it's all about, right there. It's about righteous and unrighteous.
Yes, sir.
Unrighteous is what they're doing to them people. What they're doing to us, it is unrighteous. And God is against it, and I'm against it. But we unite. We don't need everybody, all the black people have to unite together. 10% united. And God knows he was free of just with that. I want to sign out on that young man, my play right there on part.
Appreciate you, my brother.
No doubt.
All right. Yeah, we don't want to hurt nobody, but we want to stop people from hurting us. Peace and blessings. You live.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes. I just want to say I appreciate what you do. And also, until they realize that it's an eye for an eye, for every strange fruit that we find or hear about, there should be a stranger fruit hanging as well.
Amen.
And until we go for that, until we start that, they're never going to stop.
Yes.
Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings. Everybody has the same sentiment. Now, I've heard these things before, you know, from here a person, there a person, but it now seems like people are getting fed up. Like the one lady said, until you make them feel what we feel, then you know it will cease to stop. Peace and blessings. You live. Peace, peace.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I can't complain. Out of Jersey, I just wanted to talk about that. The police. Yeah, they always that's all we have the gate, and we've been dealing with that for a long time. They dirty all the way up. So it's sad though that how they dropping these bodies out here. It's very disturbing, but people time gonna come. Everybody, the gavel comes on everybody. So
yeah,
keep doing what you're doing, big dog. I appreciate it. But the police thing, it's all the way up to the top, to the roof.
Yeah,
they are there. We do gotta stick together. We really have to, seriously, for real.
Yes, sir.
Because we are in the spiritual and physical, and I'm with you. I ain't turning the other cheek. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm more the, the David and Goliath type deal. The David, come, scripture, it was in David where, David was at somewhere and somebody came and took all his wife and children and cattle. He was like, Lord, should I go get them back and recover it all? David went and killed everybody and even took their wives back with him. You know what I'm saying? So that's the Bible I read. I don't know what, it's the Bible everybody else read. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, my brother, I appreciate you.
So keep doing what you're doing, big dog. Have a good night. Keep your head tight. I'll let you next time.
Peace and love, my brother.
Peace and blessings.
Yeah, man. So, man, we definitely got to, just watch ourselves, be aware of our surroundings, like the encounters with the cops, like turn your phone on, whether you're calling somebody, don't do all the, hey, I'm recording you and stuff. Just turn your phone out, make the interaction as smooth and sweet as possible. You know, give me your ID, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, if you do got the GPS, we need an app. Maybe somebody even mentioned that. You got an app where, you know, if a black person gets stopped by the police, you can hit the app. And if the person is in that area, then you can go check on them. You know what I mean? If any app creators out there, you know, y'all get my number and we can design it, or you know, we can, you know, that's something that okay, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? No police, the F12 app, you know what I'm saying, whatever y'all want to call it, but we definitely need a system whereas when we come in contact with these people who have shown throughout history, like throughout the modern day era, like I said, everybody's focusing on Nolan Well, and shout out to the sister who was like, yeah, all of these things are a distraction for Nolan Wells, but what were they before Nolan Wells happened? You know what I'm saying? Because we were getting killed by police and racist white people before Nolan Wells happened. So peace and blessings. You live.
Hi there, Brother Rich. I praise God Most Highest. Brother Rich, I am so tired of seeing this whole sentiment of this person being hung and that person being hung. And yes, I have that outrageous type of grief on me that I'm telling God, Lord, annihilate all of them. It's not just this or just that, but I'm going to tell you what, I believe that the Klan has something to do with it, but I believe the general is the Trumpsters, if you will.
Yeah.
And it's just sad that the sentiment always have to be the same over and over and over again. And so we must be coming to a bridge or something, because something is different here, way, way different. And I believe that maybe the 400 years of what we've been through, all the atrocities and such, I believe that something's happening. There's a fork in the road that's getting ready to be Gantry. And so I just thank God for you, Brother Ridge, and I'm asking God to just I'm serious. I'm asking as a woman of God, Lord, just kill them, God. I don't have no mercy on these people. They don't have no mercy on our people. And so I'm asking God to expose them as he has been. But you know what I'm saying? This is ridiculous in 2026. What happened? And so I'm just asking God for peace and mercy. And I thank you so much for all you're doing, strong man of God. Thank you so much.
Thank you as well.
All right. You have a good day.
All right. You too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So once again, it's you know, these things are happening. And once again, like, you know, like Nolan Wells' death is a focal point, but all of these other deaths are just as horrendous, just as horrific, just as need to be dealt with and investigated as his as well. You know what I mean? This is on a, you know, because of, you know, how it was done in the story, but it's the same story. Y'all expect us to believe that young man walked up to a tree right across the street from the jail, right in behind the hotel, right behind the restaurant, and nobody saw a thing. And he got himself up that high and wrapped the rope another branch much higher than he was, and then come on, man. So that's where I'm at with it. Peace and blessings.
What's up, Rich?
What's happening, my brother?
All right. No, I've been watching your show. I thought I was on live.
You are.
Okay, how you doing, man?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I've been watching you for a while. I just decided to call in, but you know, and my main thing is this. You know, I hate to see it, but we're going to try to get one of them white boys on the tree too, just to see what the response is, you know, and see how they doing the investigation when it's on the other foot, you know. You know, because it's just crazy.
I'm with you. I definitely understand. That's what a lot of people are saying. That's what an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth means, you know.
Right.
So I'm definitely with you, my brother.
And see, the thing is, man, you know, you get white guys that become police officers just so that they can be on top of us and push us around, you know. But the black cops, it seems like they just, you never see a situation where a black cop is in a bad spot, you know, beating up a white boy, nothing like that. You can't find one film of that. And I just don't understand what's going on, man. We got to even up the odds, man. But you keep up the good work, man. I love you.
Love you too, my brother.
Stay safe.
All right, you too. And what my brother said was so true. Dick Gregory said it. Why don't we see black cops beating up white women, beating up white kids, shooting white men in the back, shooting and breaking up 76-year-old ladies and stabbing 76-year-old white people? It's not because we are we are more moral and, you know, more compassionate. He was like, no, because the black cops know that the white folks are not going to tolerate it. Now you do see it was a black brother who shot a black woman or shot a white woman, or even when they shoot black people, they go to jail. You know, but it was a black cop who shot a white woman. He went right to jail. Don't pass go. It wasn't no police fraternal order guy speaking up for him. No, we gotta protect the police. This guy, that joker went to jail and nobody stood his back. So, you know, and that's the thing. Now, once again, they said the Wake County Sheriff is a brother, and the police chief is a brother. Now, as our brother Willie D said, it could be a coconut. You know what I'm saying? He said the coconut, that's what, you know, brown on the outside and white in the middle. You know what I mean? So it could be that way, but there is no way that I could be a police chief or a black city council or a black official in Raleigh, North Carolina, and see that happen and have nothing to say. I think the police, she said, well, yeah, we're just going to wait till the investigation happens, and you let the police and the SBI do their jobs. And whoa. All right, so basically he's saying, well, it's whatever they say. It's whatever they say. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in tonight. You know, we're gonna you know, in the live, and I know what the internet is saying about the situation, but no, we not, even the white boys I talked to was like, nah, man, this won't that. And you know, I'm afraid that even the white boy who we kind of interviewing, I'm gonna let y'all hear what he said tomorrow. But even I think he is kind of shook up and scared that, you know, I don't know, like I couldn't gauge if he saw it and was shook up about that, you know what I'm saying? And not just saw the body, but saw what happened, you know, or, you know, he shook up that he knows something that might get him in a bad position. You know what I'm saying? Like when he talked to me, he was like, after we left, because my phone actually died. My phone was too hot when I was doing the live. So my phone actually died at the end of the interview, and I looked at the phone. I was like, yeah, I gotta go charge my phone. He was like, yeah, man, I'm sorry. You know, and when he said I'm sorry, you know, I'm like, you know, what are you sorry for? You know what I mean? Are you sorry that it happened? Are you sorry that people who look like you did it? Are you sorry that you know something else and you can't really say as much? You know, well, I thought I'd put the thing on Do Not Disturb real quick. Peace and blessings. You live.
Oh, live. Hi, peace and blessings. Are you live right now?
Yes, I am.
Oh, let me go on your channel. This is Harvard Country, aka Boston, weighing in on the Nolan Wells case.
Okay.
So I'm calling you because I would like to have a discussion with you about the case.
Okay, well, we live right now, so I normally don't allow about 2 minutes on the live call, but, you know, I can call you back after the show if you want me to. But even then, you know, I've had a long day, so I don't know how long your discussion plan to be. But you know what I'm saying?
Enough for a whole show. I have been following true crime, Sidebar, Nancy Grace, Willie D, I think Queen something, and she said what she said. I've been watching like everybody's stuff mostly, and even more that I can't remember the name, but I narrowed down the most information to you, Willie D, and the Nancy Grace, and the true crime guy. I fell off of Don Lennon because he's doing some other stuff. But the biggest thing that I can mention right now, and then the rest when you call me back, is I would like for people to stop saying that he was found in the water. Nolan Wells was not found in the water. He was found most likely right where they killed him, which was on land, on the sand, face down in federal land. And the reason why they're saying that, or they can feel comfortable saying that they didn't kill him, is because he wasn't dead when they left, even though he was dying. And as far as the toll call, it sounds like to the majority of people that he was on a boat, when in reality it looks like everybody was on their individual phones finding out what happened after they left him to die. And then whoever stayed there, which was probably his killer, which he probably kicked him to death or whatever, was telling him that there was no more life in him. So saying that he was found in the water, there's no evidence of that, and they should have never said that his body washed up without having the evidence of that, because his body did not wash up. His body was found right where you that video that you put with him on the sand and them throwing the sand on him that nobody else's seemed to be talking about or showing, that video, that I believe that's exactly what happened. And they got the timeline wrong. Their focus is on July 4th.
Well, yeah, sweetheart, I do got another call. Yeah, we're gonna have to call you back later, okay?
Yes, at
all
your
right.
convenience.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that caller hung up, but yeah, so with the peace and blessings, you live.
Yes, hello. I wanted to know if you had heard any information that stated that Warren's brother was in a fight, and while Warren's brother was fighting, Nolan happened to be photographing it, which they did not like, and this is the reason why they jumped on Nolan. And this is the point, supposedly, with Bart put him in a headlock too long, and that was the cause of his death. I was wondering if you heard that information that was shared.
Yes, ma'am. I did hear that. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
All right.
Brother, you do awesome work, and may God bless you and give you strength and energy to continue.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
You're very welcome.
All right. Hold on real quick. I gotta stop. I had to turn the phone. So if did y'all just listen to those two separate calls, right? And this is what I mean about the Nolan Wells case, right? Y'all just heard one lady say, well, no, they left him on the beach when he wasn't dead, and you know he didn't drown. They killed him on the beach and they dumped sand on him. And this lady, once again, I'm just putting this example out there for y'all. Then another lady says, well, no, which I've heard what Nolan was, recording them, and they got mad. That's why he said, give me the phone back. And the guy took it, and, they beat him to death. Now, those are two separate stories. But also, I've heard 90 more of different scenarios with Nolan's death. So at this point, what are we going to do? It's and I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody who calls, who sends information, who sends this person's video, who sends that person's video, who sends that person's video. I mean, everybody is making a video about what they think happened to Nolan. People on TikTok, people sharing TikTok videos, people sharing Facebook videos. This person, that person, that person, that person. If y'all see what I'm saying, right? And so at the end of the day, you got 100 different scenarios every day that comes out. So that's why I said, it's like a circus now. You know what I mean? Everybody, like I go on people send me some video, they make a video about Nolan, and I go on this particular person's thing. And last week they were talking about, a rap beef or Nicki Minaj or Christ on him. It's people who are just talking about it because it's a hot topic, not because they really care, not because they're really trying to find the truth. It's just because, oh, Lord, if I talk about this, then, but people like, 2 or 3 weeks ago, they was talking about, somebody getting a divorce in the celebrity war. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, I'm not going to listen to all these people and just everybody you talk to, oh, we got this information. And then the story is moving from what happened to Nolan to, oh, well, Officer Tatum and this guy first, and Officer Tatum and D.L. Hughley was, well, this is what it's like. Now it's just a complete circus. If I'm making any sense, I don't know, but the Nolan court is very polarizing. But with that case, like I said, the grandfather, the parents, everybody is focusing on the parents of these kids, this, that, and the other. The mother, I heard the mother was out there. Bart's dad was on the ship and he killed Nolan. And, I get a different story about it every day, And so I think, a lot of times it's like, now we just talking. Well, I wouldn't say not all of us, because some people are genuinely interested in finding the truth. Some people are genuinely interested in, analyzing the videos, but some people are just talking just to be talking every day because, they know people are enamored with the case. You know what I mean? So, but we're still going to continue to search for the truth. Yeah, Katie and Bart was on the book. Katie, it's just it's everywhere. I'm gonna answer this one more call. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
Oh, pretty good, man. I was just calling because I wanted to ask you your opinion involving the case of Nolan. And recently, we've been hearing about how the district attorney is now requesting the phone from the parents of Nolan. And it seems like they are willing to, do their own investigation and request information from his family, but yet not turn over information that they have so that Mr. Crunk and them can do their own investigation, and continue with their autopsy. But my question to you was your opinion on if things are presented to a grand jury on behalf of Jackson County or Mississippi or whatnot, and the grand jury doesn't come back with an indictment because they purposely have no suspect due to the judge, and the son and all that. Is it possible that can all be brought back to a grand jury a second time later on down the line? Possibly if there is new people voted into, positions of power, like as far as a Democratic governor or a Democratic DA or mayor, to where, things can kind of level out the playing field possibly. Can all that stuff come back around, in your opinion? Because I'm not sure personally.
Once again, you're talking about Mississippi, a state that is probably one of the most corrupt states ever. So you expect them to bring something back around that they've already covered up than corrupted. No matter no matter who you think is going to get voted in. I mean, there's we put too much stake in this. What did if you ever heard what Rothschild said or Rockefeller said? He said, "Give me control of a nation's money, and I care not who makes the laws." You know what I mean? It's not about laws, it's about money. This is why they're able to do what they're doing, because they have the money. They have everybody in their pocket. You know, so it's about power. It's not about righteousness and moral voting. And if we get the right person in, they're just going to do right. You know, that's just my opinion. Some maybe may feel different, but you know, this like I said, like I've talked to people from Mississippi, that town, like it's just so corrupt down there. You know what I'm saying? Black and white people know it. That's you know, that's why it's so hard to get justice. That's why all these atrocities have happened throughout the years in Mississippi. So, you know, to answer your question, my brother, I don't. You know, I even right now, like all of the stuff, even with the phone and all of those maneuvers that they're playing, we all know something is wrong. So now it's just a bunch of acting that they're doing. Oh, well, they're not giving us the phone. Oh, well, we don't want to give them the phone because we don't trust them. Okay, well, if they don't give us the phone, then they're not cooperating. And that, you understand? So then you got the other boy's lawyer, you know, on Tatum's show, and this is that and the other. See, they're moving the goalposts every day to bring in some new facet of the case why we're not going to get justice. You understand what I'm saying? I've seen this play that like it's a play. Oh, okay, what they're saying. Okay, well, just say they can't get a phone. Well, we don't have any evidence. So, well, the grand jury said no. Who's the grand jury? Oh, all of my friends. All the Judge Cole and Bart Edmondson friends. What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? The grand jury is going to find their sons, their best friend's sons, guilty of a crime. Like, I think we are delusional with that. Like I said, we I got this.
At this point, there's.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nah. I was like, we got a couple more calls coming in, but yeah, okay. Man, that's just my answer to your question. I know I just went on a rant, but yeah.
So at this point, it's just, I guess, just hold on, and at some point, the people will have to change the things.
Basically, the people are going to have to run down on Ocean Springs if we want justice. I'll just say it like that.
Right.
People are going to have to run down on Ocean Springs. And whatever that means, you know what I'm saying? That's what it means. You know what I mean?
All right.
But,
all right. Thank you, man.
All right. Peace and blessings. Thank
God
you.
bless you.
All right. Just 1 second. Shout out to Tina Brown, man, for the super chat. Much respect to the work you put in, brother. You are appreciated. The Most High continue to bless and protect you and your family. I definitely received that, Miss Brown, and I pray the same as well for you and your family, as well as everybody, you know, on this call or who watches this video tonight, tomorrow, or anybody who's ever watched the video. Peace and blessings, you live. Hello?
Hello, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, what's up, Rich?
What's happening?
This the guy from Chicago. I wanted to say, I noticed that everybody talking about Nolan Wells and all this and all that.
Yeah.
But we was talking about, you talk about this show about the hanging today.
Yeah.
The hanging in North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
So I wanted to say, it seemed like nothing gonna happen to these white people for doing what they're doing. The Nolan Wells case, we already know what happened with that. Even if it do come out, I believe, ain't nobody gonna go to jail. But things happen in North Carolina, this ain't gonna stop. So what I think, we need to just come up with ways to combat all of this killing of black folk. That's what I think black people need to be thinking about and talking about. Instead of talking about what happened, what they think happened, who they did it, all that. That's irrelevant now, it seems like to me.
Yeah.
The thing we need to be talking about is how we gonna start combating all this turmoil and
terror against black people.
That's what I'm about. I appreciate you.
All the other stuff, man, so we don't even want to hear about this shit no more.
Me, A.
You know what I'm saying? We need to start figuring out what we gonna do to start combating motherfuckers. I ain't start cursing and shit.
Yeah, you good. Yeah.
People just killing us and making us and laughing in our face about it. So that's what I want to hear, and that's what I want to talk about.
I appreciate you, my brother. I definitely echo your sentiments, and that's what we was on today. All right, peace and blessings. You too. And that's where I'm at with it, man. You know what I'm saying? We just keep talking about the same thing. What are we going to do to prevent it to happening again? And that's where we met with the brothers and sisters. Today we didn't do no live talk. We met in private, and hopefully we'll be able to get past the moment, because it's more than a moment, it's a movement. You know what I mean? It's more than a moment, it's a movement. So we got to, once again, strategize and, stop hopping from one foot to the next, everything that sometimes some things happen. Once again, I'm guilty of it too. You know what I'm saying? I'm guilty of, oh man, daggone, this is what they did here. But what are we going to do about it? And I hear a lot of people sometimes comment on my video. So now what y'all going to do about it? What you going to do about it? What we going to do about it? Which is, I think, the time, as the minister says sometimes, the time and what must be done. If y'all ever heard the minister speak, he has a session calling it the time and what must be done. So we see the time that we're living in. So what must be done? Because we can't expect them to give us justice. Let's just be honest. Have this country showed us it is August the 16th. I got my little calendar thing here. August the 16th, 2026. And we're still talking about justice from August the 16th, 1776. Peace and blessings. You live.
Yeah. So I just want to make a comment on the Nolan Wells case really quick. We're talking about Mississippi here. That's very racist. And there is a thing where they can try this case and trial out of state. They're going to have to move this case out of state for justice to be served somehow. There's too much corruption going on in that town. And so if you don't push it forward or in a different direction, you're going to get the same results. There's cases that have been tried in separate states and received justice. So I think this is one of those scenarios where they're just going to have to look into that direction.
Who is they and who's going to do it? Who's going to force them to do it?
Well, it's not about forcing them to do it. It's just going by, there's certain laws and bylaws that the attorneys would look into it, and it's possible it can be done. It just takes a little bit more effort and research, but again, it can happen. They're going to still stay in status if they keep trying this. Let's resolve in transparency in the same state where you got everybody connected to.
Exactly.
Move it out. You got to get it out of that, from underneath that corruption, and get it where it's the laws are different, the jurisdiction is different, the bylaws are different. You got to move it. So that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much for calling, sweetheart. You have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
All right. And I definitely got it. We going on 2 hours, man. I had a long day, so I really appreciate everybody's input. Once again, we definitely got to come up with a plan to prevent all of these things. So I definitely thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I'm going to bring, once again, more information every day. But yeah, we definitely have to put together a plan, strategic plan, strategic blueprint. Like I said, one lady had a blueprint of like pretty much everything you should do, because she was under the same sentiments I am. A lot of these deaths, she believes they are law enforcement related. So if you're watching, once again, send it back to me. I know it's somewhere in the email or in the text, but she had an entire blueprint of what to do and how to handle yourself to make sure you're safe in an encounter with law enforcement. But y'all let me know. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate everybody, all of the super chats, all of the cash apps, all of the comments, engagements, the calls, everything. I really do appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all just if you haven't subscribe. Just stay connected, man. And we're going to try to put something together as a people to make sure that, we're going to get justice in whatever way we can get justice. And whatever that means to you, it could mean for me. Y'all let me know. 919-587-7782. Y'all take a listen to, once again, the theme song as we on our way out. Peace and blessings.
Scripture says all things that are hidden shall be revealed, and those things done in secret shall be exposed on the mountaintop.
Let's go, Rich. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Who keep the people informed? Stories abroad from literary work, where the narrative's wrong. The research is always on point, the commentary is hard. It's Rich Teller raising the bar. Follow along, shout out to FBA, still FTP. Big up NFAC and all my black families. There's three sides to all stories. Which one you gon' believe? We run down on the false prophets when they come to deceive. 100% urban world news, current events. We don't like them lies. Media is biased. We got God beside us. Ladies and gents is power. If you don't know by now, look around me. The darkest hours. Cops squeezing hammers cause they don't understand us. We stop and freeze with our hands to kill us off like cancer. Don't speculate before the facts on the case. Telehouse set them straight. My brother Rich investigates. You watching Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. Give you the truth before fake news throw mud in it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing. Telehouse Publishing, breaking news coverage. The propaganda grammar, don't believe none of it. Before the jury decide and the judge discover it, you should tune in to Telehouse Publishing.
Negroes have listened to the trickery and the lies and the false promises of the white man now for too long. And they're fed up. They've become disenchanted. They've become disillusioned. They've become dissatisfied. And all of this has built up frustrations in the black community that makes the black community throughout America today more explosive than all of the atomic bombs the Russians can ever invent.
Oh yeah, hurry up.